Now, here's one that we don't necessarily get to cover very often, but I think that she deserves special attention. Ladies and gentlemen, I think this is might be our only second segment with Christina Bobb. Christina Bobb is a host on OAN, which is the Oral Anal Network, and they she actually presented herself as a legal advisor to Trump at one point and has been pushing the Arizona audit the entire time. Like, she's been one of the biggest proponents of it and has been the driving force behind at least the media narrative in OAN and Newsmax on it. So there you go. Yes. So this is called America Wins as Long as We Don't Quit. So what this means is, just so you know what we're going into, is that Christina Bobb is aware that the fire in the belly that they had found around January 6th, the driving force, the America Thirst movement that came from Donald Trump, it's going a little dry. It's like, again, they're getting a little bored. They don't believe it anymore. It didn't work out. They're tired of being let down, and they're starting to piss off. They're starting to get vaccinated. They're starting to, like, go to football games and stop whining so much. The ones that are salvageable, that make up the bulk of the audience for OAN and Newsmax and Fox especially, are all kind of going back to abnormal. They're just fading back into being the grumpy, Bush and Reagan fans that just are assholes at Thanksgiving, but are there nonetheless, instead of going full on QAnon and staying there. And that's what this is about. We're hearing this on Flashpoint. We're hearing this, Glenn Beck talks about this. We must stand. We have to take a stand. And the reason they keep saying this, and why you're going to hear this phrase, is because they recognize from a polling standpoint and on a bunch of other fronts that while they might, people that are normally their audience have problems with what the administration is doing, or their perception of what the administration is doing, it's not to the level where they're like ready to march in the streets. And the pathetic turnout for the January 6th insurrectionists, the Justice for Jan 6 bullshit is evidence of that. That's what's scaring the crap out of them. That's what's really making them nervous. And so they have to start cranking out shit like this. Now, there might be an ad at the top of this. Yes.
I just got my cashback match. Is this for real?
No, it's not for real. Go away. Quit. Play just go. I don't want that. I don't want what you're doing. Now I gotta restart it. I don't want that. I want yeah, there we go. Okay.
From taco spot.
I gotta turn both of those off for a second because I don't wanna. You'll get free ads from me. Yo. Yeah. Mad batter. That sounds gross. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. There we go.
Last week, the Arizona election audit revealed mountains of fraud.
Okay, holy shit. Does every right-wing woman with brown hair have Lauren Boebert voice? Am I a justice for Caden? Seriously. Right?
Pointed out a number of areas that still needed to be investigated. Dead people voted. 17,000.
Yeah, no, they didn't. They by no means voted. Dead people didn't vote. Living people voted, and then some of them died before Election Day. But 17,000 dead people did not vote. Total horseshit. She knows it. Everybody knows it. It's just ridiculous.
People voted twice. 23,000.
No, they didn't.
Who voted no longer live in the county. None of the duplicate ballots had proper serial numbers and could have been duplicated multiple times.
And no, that's not true, because if they had been duplicated multiple times, they would have, when they did the recount, the votes would have been off by the number of duplicates. Fucko. Like, this is so easy. They counted the votes. The cyber ninjas went through the stacks of votes. They counted them. They didn't find a duplicate and go, oh, this duplicate was run through 55 times. If it was, you only have one paper version and that many votes. So you're going to be off by 33,000 votes, which they were not. Garbage.
Official canvass from Maricopa County had more than 3,400 ballots cast than were actually counted in the certified results. Why?
Why? Because they got thrown out, because they mailed it in and then they went to vote in person, and all the people who talked to the people who canvassed were right-wingers or Trump voters, and many of them tried to vote twice because Trump told them to, so they voted by mail, and then they went on the day and they went, you already voted. And like, no, I didn't. Yes, you did. No, I didn't. Would you like a provisional ballot? Okay. And then their provisional ballot was counted, or their mail-in ballot was counted, but only one of them was counted. And again, all Republicans. All of them. Every single one. Every single one proved me wrong.
More than 1,500 votes were cast at the precinct level than people who actually showed up to vote. 2,500 ballots were...
And by the way, would you please, and none of that's in the Cyber Ninjas report. That's not true either. Is she? Yeah, no, she's talking about Arizona. More than enough fraud in Arizona to change the result. No, there wasn't. There absolutely was not. I read the report. She's read the report. She knows this is bullshit.
In the early vote category and do not have a corresponding registered voter, meaning they were cast without logging who cast them. Were these people who voted multiple times, or just one person who voted 2,500 times?
Or were they the actual people in the voter rolls in those places, because they can track them to the precinct, and everybody who voted in the precinct has a list of the a master list of who votes in that precinct, and then all those people voted, and then you can look and see if they voted or not.
Known for months that the chain of custody logs were missing and incomplete. Databases were
No, they weren't. No, they were not missing. The Cyber Ninjas were not looking in the right place. They were looking in the file 32 versus 33. The file 32 is the one where stuff's mailed out. File 33 is when the things are mailed back. Some people got their mail-in ballots and they took them and hand walked them in, and therefore never showed up in file 33 because they didn't come back through the mail. They showed up in a totally different file. The Cyber Ninjas knew this. They knew that this was occurring, but didn't look for the other file. And it was always there. And and perhaps I would argue they did know where it was and didn't look, because this actually worked in their favor, selling the narrative so they can continue doing the work. Because if they just went, oh, on day 2, we found it, actually, no, it's right here. Yeah, no. Those are the ones that were walked in. People basically voted, they got their mail-in ballot, and they didn't trust the mail because of Louis DeJoy or some shit, so they walked it straight in. This is all settled. This was all in their report. This was all in their talk in front of the legislature. None of this is what she's saying makes any sense at all. And here's the thing. She knows this.
Only deleted, the machines were connected to the internet and had remote access capabilities to
bullshit. No, they did not.
Election management system. There was enough fraud in this election to change the outcome 4 to 5 times, and likely more.
Yeah, except all the votes that you're claiming, were fraudulent, were all Trump votes. It actually makes your argument, if it were true, which it isn't, actually makes Trump lose by 70,000 votes. Yeah. He was the only person in the campaign telling people to vote twice. He was the only people saying, don't trust the mail. If you mailed in your ballot, go ahead and go and vote on election day. Everybody who's been busted for trying to vote twice or vote fraudulently for someone else has been a Republican, even in Republican states. Every one of those votes, if you find any, they will be fraudulent votes for Trump. He will lose votes. Everywhere you look, you will find more legit Biden votes and more losses for Trump. Every fucking place. Every place. Everywhere you go. So keep looking, dum-dum.
This investigation is incomplete, but has mountains more than needed to open a criminal investigation.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't have anywhere close to that. You don't think that the legislature in Arizona wouldn't open a criminal investigation if there was a legit criminal investigation to be had there? That if it was a useful, functional use of taxpayer money in Arizona? They already wasted shit tons of money giving Biden 261 more votes.
So what does Arizona Attorney General Mark Brnovich do? He asked for more evidence. Brnovich is a Republican running for U.S. Senate in Arizona.
Right.
He has just been handed the golden ticket to win his race. The Arizona voters are...
No, he has not. He's going to lose.
And want to see election integrity restored to their state. All Brnovich needs to do is aggressively investigate election fraud.
They did. They had the most comprehensive audit. They had people looking for panda shit in paper using microscopes, you dipshit.
Transparent in his findings, and he could sail to the U.S. Senate seat. It really is that.
Yeah, he could sail to the U.S. Senate seat. The people of Arizona would, and the Supreme Court would probably install him 9-0. This is when we find out that Mike Lindell actually looks fantastic in drag. Hold on. See if I can. No, that won't work. This is, I went to Mike Lindell's, let's see. Is it this one? There you go. Oh, you rat. Where'd it go? Hold on. Be right back. Properties. Snap camera. There we go. Done. There we go. Hi. Oh, that craps up my green screen. Hi, I went to Mike Lindell's drag person, and she's fantastic. Honest to God. One of the best I've ever seen. It's fabulous. Fabulous. All right, here we go. Back to work. The weird part is my skin is so shiny right now because I was out working outside that I look that apple shiny anyways. It's very strange. Okay, so and thank you for the super chat, Susan and Kenneth. Thank you very much, and Dr. Kev's gal, thank you as well. Thank you, Julie, and thank you, Kathy. Appreciate it. And thanks for all the Twitch people who've resubscribed. Thank you. Don't forget you have to resubscribe sometimes. So there you go. All right. Sorry. Continue. Michelle Lindell. Michelle Lindell.
Simple. So, did Brnovich come out strong this week to prove himself the courageous champion of Arizona's elections? Nope.
Well, he still got your vote, though.
All of the evidence that Arizona Senate's pulled together with a pretty little bow on it, Brnovich...
Yes, that's what we all saw when we live streamed it and saw what they said. All the evidence with a pretty little bow. The evidence that Biden got 261 more votes than Trump, even over the previous distance, like gained 261 votes.
His assistant attorney general responded this week in a letter asking for more evidence. This message is to Attorney General Brnovich and every other candidate for elected office throughout the country. Grow a spine and do your job. Take some responsibility. Stop hiding behind your staff, creating a safe distance for plausible deniability. These are the kinds of leaders Americans are sick of. We're sick of the games, the lies, the twisting, the cheating, and those looking out for their...
By the way, this is the exact kind of talk you'll hear on a network that is winning and feels like they've been vindicated and that everything is going their way.
Best interest at the expense of the American people. Those trying to play the middle ground seem to be woefully unaware of the times we're living in. There is no middle ground. The American people have drawn a line in the sand, and Attorney General Brnovich and others like him are pretending it's a balance beam. It's not. If you don't pick a side, everyone will believe you oppose them, and you will lose badly.
Uh-oh. It sounds like a threat, but by the way, I completely support this. Republicans, listen to her about your own Republicans. Yes, they are against you. Even if they don't, Even if their only crime is not believing when you're totally full of shit.
The problem Brnovich has is that he has strong competition in the Republican primary in Jim Layman. Quite frankly, Jim Layman is the much better candidate, but Mark Brnovich has this golden opportunity to prove that he's the tough, courageous leader that the people of Arizona so
The other guy can't write a letter?
desperately want. Does Brnovich's botched handling of the election audit mean Arizonans are out of options?
He botched it? How did he botch it? How's it his fucking problem? Is this Ben Shapiro's sister? Her voice bothers me? Yes, this is Ben Shapiro in direct.
First, Brnovich could still investigate, but more importantly, the Arizona legislature still has options too. There's always room for the people to demand that their legislature act on their behalf. And that's the real solution. You and me. The American...
The same assholes who've been clamoring about this from the start writing more letters because... And use a different address this time. You know, do what you did when you voted for Trump. Write the same letter twice and hope no one notices.
People must continue to stay engaged, stay involved, and demand your leaders do what they were elected to do. It feels like our democracy...
They are. Unfortunately, they take an oath to the Constitution, and that kind of undermines your whole bullshit scheme to reinstall Trump as a dictator. Sorry.
Slipping away, but there's enough of us to fix it if we don't give up. Just don't quit. This is...
Yeah, they've already quit. A lot of them quit already. A lot of them. Really, like 72% of all adults have had at least one shot. And since you polarized and politicized the vaccines, that's pretty much an indicator that you're slipping into 22% territory. Not going to happen. Sorry.
To be a challenging battle, but a fight we must fight. Find a local organization and get involved in protecting your elections. If we don't secure our elections...
Excuse me. How will I know what kind of local place, like clubs? Are you talking about Rotary or the Klan? Because in my neighborhood, they're almost the same. The Rotary has a better buffet and aren't racist. But other than that, I mean, it's like, as far as my priorities, it's like a coin flip. And it's just, I'm already in my Trump voting club. I'm already in the Trump deadheaders. So we go to every single rally. Praise Trump, hallowed be his name. And so, I mean, I got like 4 rallies to caravan to between now and the end of the year. And like, I'm saving up using my STEMI check that I got for the interest on that I put, I socked away because I didn't really need it, but I use it anyways. I mean, I could have returned it to prove my my ethics were genuine, but I was like, nah, fuck it. I'm gonna pay. Anyways, point is, there's some merch that I desperately want. There's the Rocky Trump on a nightie, and then I want to get that Pompeo thong, and it's just so much. I don't know which group. Do you have it like a chart? I think I saw something on the bulletin board at the horse feed place that I went to get my medicine.
Nothing else matters. Remember to watch weekly...
So close, no matter how far. The Arizona audit. Couldn't be much more from the heart. Forever trusting who we are. And nothing else matters.
Briefing every Saturday and Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern, or you can catch my latest...
Never cared for what they do.
So now on iHeartRadio.
Never cared for what you know. Whoa, but I know, yeah.
I'm Christina Bob. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, I didn't really watch.
Last week,
Christina, I didn't really watch. It was kind of like getting stitches removed. And no one's votes matters.